Good day, everybody. Chris Herline here of Reap Financial coming to you with today's Wealth Report. It is January 31st, 2025. And when you study survey after survey of pre and post retirees, it's showing more so than ever that their primary concern is running out of money in retirement. Another top concern is determining how to take money out of their retirement portfolio. So today I want to talk to you about a couple simple steps to avoid running out of money in retirement. A lot of people near retirement, they say they don't even have a plan for taking retirement distributions. They need to develop one, obviously. And that's why over the years at Reap Financial, we've developed a multi-step plan to ensure reliable retirement cash flow. In retirement, the three most important words are income, income, and income. Most Americans today, we can't rely on pensions from their employers for steady retirement income. The employer pensions that are available, they're very few and far between, and they're fairly modest if you have one. But almost all U.S. retirees will receive Social Security retirement benefits. This provides, a foundation of guaranteed income. Social Security has two big advantages. Okay, it's guaranteed for life, and I know some of you may argue that, but is right now here in 2025. Social Security is guaranteed for life. No matter how long you live, the monthly benefits are due. On top of that, Social Security benefits are indexed for inflation. Now, I know, again, most of you may say, well, it doesn't keep up, but it is a pension that is indexed for inflation. The majority of pensions out there, if you're lucky enough to have one, they're not indexed at all. And what that means is that Social Security is one of the only guaranteed lifetime retirement income sources available that strives, let's put it that way, not to lose its purchasing power to inflation. But as we counsel pre- and post-retirees, you can't take Social Security for granted because studies indicate Social Security benefits are a major source of retirement cash flow for the high percentage of retirees. And the importance of Social Security only increases as you get older because many of you are spending down your other sources of cash, your other portfolio assets as your budget goes up due to inflation. So a critical step to avoid running out of money in retirement is to maximize your Social Security benefits. One of the first things we do with families, you included, when we brought you on is we analyzed the timing as to what is the optimal time to take your Social Security benefits. And it's true, most people should wait as long as they can before claiming their benefits, but not everyone. Obviously, lifetime cash flow is higher for those that wait as your benefit, it grows in deferral every year. If you're married, it's critically important to really have a schedule as to how and when a spouse is going to take it. You've got a lot of options. One can turn one on, one can stay in deferral, and vice versa. Many years ago, we counseled families around file and suspend and restricted application strategies. Those lucrative strategies are no more, but there are still claiming strategies for married couples, widowed and divorced individuals that are available. Another reason to optimize Social Security is for what I call the solo years. Many couples, they'll do financially well in retirement until one spouse passes away. As a surviving spouse, you'll typically receive the higher of the two benefits that were flowing into the household. And obviously, you should want the benefit to be as high as possible. That's why one of the top strategies for married couples is usually for the higher earning spouse to wait to claim benefits, preferably at age 70. What this does is it ensures that no matter which spouse is the survivor, the benefit paid to the surviving one will be the highest amount possible. Now, we work with many affluent families at Reap Financial that have $3 million, $4 million, $10 million plus portfolios. When you start getting into those levels of net worth, your Social Security plan and timing can really be different than the average American with maybe, say, $100,000 to $500,000. Another step that many of our successful retirees take is optimizing the amount of guaranteed lifetime income they're going to receive by converting a portion of their retirement, portion of their savings into one or more annuities. There's a lot of different types of annuities out there. We use 1 to 2 types. One that is either guaranteeing a certain rate of return for a fixed period or one that's going to guarantee lifetime income over you and your spouse's life. For most people, the best strategy is to first estimate the amount of basic monthly expenses you have, then subtract the amount of Social Security benefits you got coming in, Then we have clients that use some retirement savings to buy annuities that will pay enough income to cover the gap, cover the difference between those two. By doing this, they don't have to worry about the economy and markets and interest rates and other factors every morning when they're waking up, because they know they have a steady stream of income coming in to cover the basics. Although there are some annuities that do this, most annuities are not indexed for inflation. So like anything, you'll lose purchasing power over time. This is why obviously you want to have additional savings outside of these type of vehicles that can be invested, that is liquid, so that you can maintain your purchasing power, you can cover unexpected expenses, and you can provide a legacy if that's of value. So all this brings us to the second step to ensure that you don't run out of money. And a lot of people don't like to hear this, but you need a spending plan for your assets that aren't generating guaranteed lifetime income. A spending plan ensures you don't withdraw so much money in the early years of retirement that you run short of money in the later years of retirement. For years, many advisors recommended a spending plan known as the 4% rule. You've probably heard of it. In this method, the retiree withdraws no more than 4% of the nest egg in the first year of retirement. In the second year, the retiree withdraws a maximum of the dollar amount of the first year's distribution increased by the inflation rate of the first year. And then each year after that, the distribution is the previous year's dollar amount increased by the previous year's inflation rate. Now, in our opinion, the 4% rule seems a little outdated. I've made a lot of criticisms of the 4% rule over the years, and I've detailed these in my white papers and my retirement books over the years. And believe it or not, many of my colleagues across the country have joined in the criticism of the 4% rule. Here's the bottom line. You want a spending plan that adjusts automatically with the changes in inflation and your portfolio's value. But you want the changes to be gradual instead of just automatically bouncing up or down with extreme market moves. You also want a plan that reflects how retirees really spend money over time. Many of our retirees, many of you, you're going to spend more money in the first 5 or 7 years after leaving the workforce. Why? Because it's time to go enjoy your wealth. It's time to go make memories and enjoy the fruits of your labor. But what we see is as our families age up, the spending gradually decreases, at least for the travel, the food, and the fun and everything else. And then expenses can pick up in the later years when healthcare gets more expensive, because Medicare obviously doesn't cover long-term care, home healthcare, nursing home care. And this is why we project plans for you that are all the way out to age 100. And so many of you we've had the pleasure of working with, as we show you these projections, oftentimes you laugh and you go, there's no way I'm going to make it out that far. And that may be the case, but if you are blessed to live that long, we need to ensure that you've got the nest egg to support that so that you're comfortable and secure. At the end of the day, you shouldn't fear running out of money when you have a written plan, as we've put together for you at Reap Financial. A plan that is optimized day one for you to generate the income you need, or if you're not in the income stage, the growth that you need to keep up with inflation, to ensure that you have lifetime income and a spending plan that's going to keep you in the lowest tax bracket, allow you to do everything you've dreamt of, and leave a lasting legacy of that's of value. As always, we appreciate your continued confidence as we walk into 2025 here. Until we talk again, all the best to you and your family.